Just toured this crazy property here in Sandy Springs. Amazing, beautiful property. Tell me, like, if we're showing clients this, what would you recommend around here? Like, what's to do?
Things to do in Sandy Springs. It's a great location. It's about 15 minutes from the inner city area.
For sure.
And it's close to basically all the major highways like Georgia 400, 285.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But when you're in Sandy Springs, some of the best things is it still has an inner city feel,
Okay.
but you also are close to a lot of trails and rivers and
Okay.
greenery and
Yeah.
things of that sort.
Chattahoochee's right there,
Yeah.
right?
So then
Yeah.
you got festivals that go on. You have local restaurants that are good. And some of my favorite is Roomies,
Roomies is hard. Okay.
Rays on the River.
Rays. You like the oyster bar that's over there? The oyster bar is crazy.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So my question to you is, we just toured this property,
Mm-hmm.
and what are three things that were your absolute favorite throughout this home?
Favorite, man, this is a great property. My favorite though, I'm gonna have to say this floor plan is so open, right? I can imagine just everybody here, family, friends running around. You have the pool. I definitely like that. That's one. Two, I'm all about privacy. So upstairs, how you have your own wing, you have the terrace. I think that's lovely. You can't beat that for real. And then three, the neighborhood is tucked away. It's quiet. You're out the way. You don't got to worry about trouble. I think those top three things right there are what for me is like when I'm looking for a property. It's like that's what I'm looking for. You know what I mean?
Right, that makes sense.
So I got one question for you. It's kind of controversial in the work we do. You just asked me what I like. Tell me when we look at these properties because we see them all the time. What's one thing in a home like this that you don't like?
Now, this doesn't apply to this home, but I
Okay.
will say sometimes when builders, developers, they build modern homes, sometimes they're cold.
What you mean by that?
Cold as into stale,
Like no,
um,
no,
no
like
life in them,
okay,
as
okay,
into it's just white walls and open windows.
okay,
Versus in this one, I think the developer did a good job with using textures, like the
for
like the
sure.
plasters on the walls,
Behind us, right?
the wood in the kitchen, the wood integrated throughout the bathrooms and stuff like that.
Okay, I definitely agree there.
What kind of buyer do you think would be purchasing this property?
The
Like,
bu-
who is the buyer
who is the buyer?
for
The
this home?
I what I see here, to be honest, I see a buyer who is they're settled, right? It's a family. I see a buyer who is already understanding the layout of Atlanta. This is where they want to be. The school districts here are amazing. I think they've grown out of that like inner city phase. I think they're a little older. Just because where we're at in Sandy Springs, like, yes, we can get to the city, but it's a little slower here. It's a little more calm here. This is where you would ideally want to like raise a family. So I see the buyer, in that kind of realm. What you think though?
Career wise or
That's interesting. Tell me what their career is.
business owner,
Okay.
an attorney, doc, athlete, possibly. But when I say
Athlete.
athlete, I think maybe a secondary home for them, maybe not their primary.
I could see that for sure.
I wanted to ask you, great house. It's about 4,000 square feet. When you get to
Hmm.
the backyard, the pool is quite small. What do you think about that?
uh, I agree. It is on the smaller side. I do agree there, but I do think it's a nice touch. Me personally, though, I would do without the pool. I would rather have more yard space to throw a football, kick a soccer ball, something like that. But you just can't go wrong with it. I just think more. I think it's more aesthetic, if anything. But here in this house itself, with the backyard not being the largest, I could do without it. You feel me? What do you think though? Because I technically don't need it here.
Yeah, I would. I think it's a nice touch, but I do.
Before you answer though, remember it's salt water, it got a jacuzzi. Like, let's not just play the pool.
Yeah,
Like,
I think. I think I would take it out.
you would take it out
I would not have it. And if I did do it, I would have done it a little larger.
larger, but
If
then
I
you
could,
you lose backyard space
but
then
you use
though.
that for, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you might as well just have made it. They might as well just have made it a pool area
You can't.
strictly for like going to the pool,
I get it, but who's
hot
doing that?
tub.
Be for real, man. Be for real. What's your favorite feature? I told you mine. What's your favorite feature of the home?
A behind us, the stairs, the openness,
Those
we
the skylights.
the skylights, and also this whole area when you first come in the front door. How
Okay.
you can see up through the stairs and see to
Okay.
the skylights and the natural light.
So
I
you
think
don't like the older layouts where it's like each room compartmentalized. You don't like that.
no, I don't. It's not that I don't like it. It just depends on how it's set up.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. This
because
is
it could
flat
be
though.
something that's like divided, but the way it's set up, it could be a good situation. But for this house, the best feature that I think, as soon as you walk through that front door, you see the stairs, you see the skylights, you see the
Hmm.
openness. I think,
It's like a wow factor.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's the
I
best thing.
agree. And this fireplace though, this fireplace to your left is crazy. Like
Yeah,
it's probably what the second time I've maybe seen something like this in a single family home out here. I like this a lot. What you think about it?
yeah, I like it. I think again, the developer, I think he did a good job of dividing the rooms with it.
Okay.
Instead of just having it placed on the wall in the living
Hmm.
room, he set it between
Yeah, that's
rooms.
actually a really good point because most of the time you would see them like right here, you know. So that I definitely agree with that. That's new. That's definitely new.
So
Be
to conclude the tour, I just want you to rate it.
rate the house.
Rate the house.
Okay,
One
so
through four, not 1 through 10, or 1 through 4.
1 through 4.
And I'm saying 1 through 4 because that puts you on a tighter scale.
It does though.
So on a 1 through 4,
What am I taking? Is price included? This is 2.4 million, guys. I'm all inclusive rating.
yeah,
I'll give it a 2.9. 2.9.
like basically a 3.
Basically, but not yet. You feel me? Like it has the potential to be a 3, but it's not.
Right,
You feel me? So I give it a 2.9.
right. If
What, talk to me. What you got?
I think my number, I would say a 4.
You're giving it a 4?
I would say a 4.
A 4 is crazy. That means you know it's a
No, I
flawless
would say
home.
3.3, not 4, 3.5.
3.5 is basically flawless, you know.
3.5. But my only issue is the curb appeal.
Yeah, I could see that.
I feel like if it had a better appearance from the street when you drive up,
Hmm.
it'll be the perfect
Would you
house.
cut them trees?
Yeah,
You would cut them trees too.
there's trees in the front yard. I would definitely cut them. But
Yeah.
if it had a better curb appeal when you pull up to the front house, I think it'll be a 4 out of 4.
So
So
you,
I'm gonna take off a half a point just because of that. But in terms of functionality, finishes,
Hmm,
quality of work,
okay.
design,
So you think I'm being hard on the property?
I wouldn't say that.
Nah, because a 2.9 and a 3.5, that's a wealthy gap. You feel me? Like,
Yeah,
oh man, I
yeah.
guess.
I think 3.5 for sure.
So there you have it, guys. The average between us, what 2.9 and 3.5
Yeah,
is
but if I was shopping
3.2.
and I had 2 million, basically $2.5 million,
It's not
it
bad.
would be on my list.
Yeah, for
It
sure.
would be on my list. Could, it's in the area too.
Yeah, current inventory as well. I could see that.